Hello once again, and welcome to another episode of Euroman Movie Report, and welcome to the first episode of 2013. And I'm gonna talk about Texas Chainsaw, the somewhat official sequel to the 1974 horror slasher film Texas Chainsaw Massacre. In the beginning of the film, we see some clips from the end of the original film. The producers of this film, they have made some scenes in the beginning of this film to tie together with the original story. You see the Sawyer family getting massacred by the locals, and one little thing is of course that in the beginning of this film, when you see inside the Sawyer house, there's a guy with a beard who is playing some sort of old relative, and that guy is of course Gunnar Hansen, the original Leatherface. Some of the people who take part in this massacre of the Sawyers, they find this little girl and her mother, and they murder her mother and take in the little girl as their own. And then the movie fast forwards to, I don't know, some say it's the 1990s, but in the 1990s they didn't use an iPhone 5, if I remember correctly. But anyway, then this girl, Heather, she gets to know that she has inherited this mansion in the south, and she goes down with some friends and her boyfriend, and they are met at the gates of this mansion by the lawyer of this lost relative of hers, because she learns from her douchebag adoptive parents that she wasn't their real daughter, and so on and so on. This lawyer is of course played by the evil popcorn man from Free Willy, and you know, when the evil popcorn guy from Free Willy is in a film, that sets the bar very high. But anyway, then of course they enter the house, but what they don't know is that good old Leatherface resides in the basement of the house. But I can tell you that Heather and her friends learn that later in the film. The film itself is a generic slasher film. It attempts to raise the bar a little by portraying townsfolk as raving maniacs, but it doesn't do anything for the story, in my opinion. And then of course there's the whole camera work, where you have every time the young women, they move from place to place, the camera puts the asses of the young women into focus. I guess that's a service for us male viewers. But anyway, I must say that the acting in general is very terrible, and Alexandra Daddario shows her breasts in this film, and I must say, showing your breasts in a slasher film must be, I don't know if that's the high point of her career. It's not the worst slasher film I have seen, and the whole setting, it's okay. So and you can easily distinguish between when Leatherface, he's cutting through the people. It's made so the torsos, they don't move, so you just have this man going, and then. But if you are a fan of skimpy clothes, you should definitely go check this film out. But if I'm gonna rate it, 2 out of 5 Coca-Cola bottles, because in general the acting is terrible, and this being a slasher film, it doesn't raise the bar very high. I read on IMDb they were planning to make this into a trilogy. So I don't know if that's completely abolished or something like that, but it would be interesting to see what happens after the events of this movie. If Heather is gonna parade through town with Leatherface as her bodyguard or something like that. That's it. Euroman of Euroman's Movie Report signing off, and thanks for watching. And if you want to subscribe, then do so using the button below, and I'll see you in the next movie review. Bye for now.